What is going on, Chelsea fans? Thank you for heading over to our YouTube channel. Hey, this is a clip from the entire podcast we did. It's only a segment. The full pod is like an hour long, so it doesn't make sense to be on YouTube, but it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts, link in the description. Go check it out. Again, link in the description, but we hope you enjoy this clip. Until next time, Chelsea fans, you know what to do. Keep the blue flag flying high.
And he obviously works really well with Petr Cech because they were teammates back in the day. Petr Cech's role has been one of a little bit of mystery for a lot of supporters. Are you getting any more definition along the way of, whether he's doing some of the scouting, whether he's helping in negotiation, whether he's, as Dan said, playing translator, whatever? I think that's something that we're interested in. If he's having just as much impact in some of these pre-negotiations as even Lampard is.
I don't know. He's having a good impact. Absolutely, yes. Also, for example, in the Harvard CL, he was working to have contact with Bayer Leverkusen. He was flying to Leverkusen to meet with the board sometimes. So yes, he's working on also on the top deals. So yes, about the scouting, obviously being from a top player, he can scout players, but also in negotiation, in talking with the clubs, he's having a good impact. And you have to tell you that, for example, I'm told that during the Champions League final, the director of Chelsea was working to speak with Bayer Leverkusen and to say, okay, we're going to complete tomorrow, because the Monday after the Champions League final, Chelsea completed the deal with Kai Havertz. Then they had some small things to complete, and that's why they took 2 weeks to announce the player. But the deal was done immediately after the Champions League final. And Petr Cech was talking with Bayer Leverkusen to complete everything, to send the contracts and everything. So yes, he's absolutely involved. Yes.
We've also heard over the years that Chelsea maybe have kind of gone away or don't like the model of working with super agents, kind of the fees that they can ask for in a negotiation. I think most famously, maybe like when Pogba was on the market coming to Italy, there was the Chelsea aren't going to want to work with Mino Raiola. Is that still the case? Do Chelsea kind of have a preference, and do they kind of stay away from people that are being managed by kind of the quote unquote super agents?
I have to say yes, but it always depends by what you can get. Because if you want to get a player, in my opinion, you can also talk with Raiola, with Mendes. It's normal, they ask for money, but because they have the best players in the world. So it's normal, in my opinion, because it's part of the game. Obviously, transfer market is a crazy word because we have crazy wages, crazy also commissions to the agents. Okay, but in this world, it's normal that Mino Raiola and Jorge Mendes ask important commissions when they try to give you players like Pogba or Donnarumma. For example, Donnarumma, if it would be a free agent, it's normal that Raiola is going to ask like 10 million euro to give him the player. So it's part of the game, but in this moment, it depends by the player that Chelsea are going to look. Obviously, they prefer not to talk with this kind of agent because of the commissions. But I'm sure that in future, for example, next summer, if Chelsea will look at the player of Mino Raiola, they won't have any problem to talk with him. I'm convinced.
Kind of a quick follow to that, though. Are there any clubs outside of maybe Napoli now that won't do business with Chelsea? Are you getting the sense that there are obviously friendly clubs that Chelsea does business with often, like Ajax and others that won't?
Yes, they have many. Also in Italy, as you say, with Napoli, obviously, because they had the situation of Sarri, and then they had the situation of Jorginho. And Jorginho deal is what is complicating Koulibaly to Manchester City. 2 years have passed, and they are still not talking between Manchester City and Napoli. So you can understand how it's important in football to have a good relationship between clubs, because then you want a player and you can sign him. As you said, also Ajax, obviously, but Chelsea have a good relationship with many top clubs. So I think they are not a war club that are going to destroy a relationship with other clubs. No, they have a good relationship with many clubs. As also said, always here in Italy, they say they have a bad relationship with Inter because of Conte leaving so badly the club, but it's not true. They have no problem with Inter. They have some problem with Conte, obviously, but it's not the problem of Conte that is blocking some deals. For example, Kanté. Here in Italy, they're talking about Kanté on the papers, but it's not because of Conte that Chelsea won't sell Kanté to Inter. If you pay the player, you get a player. Also, if you have Conte, Sarri, you have another manager. Inter not paying 80 million euro and Chelsea keep Kanté. It's normal. So it's not just about Conte. They have good relationship also with Inter, also with AC Milan. They always had many deals from AC Milan some years ago. So yes, I think they have no problem on this side. So yes, and good relationship with many top clubs.